my dad and his father grew up in a little Texas town called Nada, um, south of Columbus, a little bit north of El Campo, on the way to Houston. And we would go and visit family driving when I was small, and the fields spread with corn or maybe being soaked for the rice crops. In the old days, cotton, you'd see a few fields of cotton still. Black, rich, deep soil. And it would grow whatever you planted. And and the corn would always be tall and even, unlike the corn we planted at home that was pretty ragged, as much fertilizer as we put on it. My mom grew up in outside of Harper on a ranch, um, and Harper, different kind of soil, right? Caliche and limestone, right up to the surface, maybe a couple inches of some sort of topsoil, and you can grow a little bit of something in it. But I was thinking, after reading today's gospel, that in fact, both soils, different soils, but they both could grow something, right? And my grandfather, my mom's dad, spent his life growing enough hay or enough Milo maize to keep the ranch animals fed through the winter. And there are different kinds of soil, right? And some of them are easier to grow in, and some of them are harder, and some of them grow some things better than others. But a good farmer knows how to work with the soil that he has, how to improve the soil that he has. I spoke of growing corn at our home, and again, nothing like the beautiful corn that would grow in Nada, but we could get corn to grow, and that almost always meant walking the rows with a bucket and throwing a handful of fertilizer next to each of the stalks. It always meant some labor, some effort, but we could make things grow. And Jesus tells the story of his Father who scatters the seed with abandon and generosity. And he speaks of a God who can make things grow. Maybe we get in the way. Maybe we make it a lot harder. Maybe we act like seed planted in very difficult soil. And maybe the seed dies. But Jesus tells the story of his Father who plants with abandon and generosity. And he speaks to a community of farmers who understood how to make the best of the rich soils down in the Wadi or the almost arid desert, that they would find a way to grow what they needed to survive and eat. And we're invited by our God, whatever kind of soil we are, wherever we find ourselves, to trust that our God knows how to grow in every soil, and that his techniques, his skills, will be a good match for our obstinance and our laziness. That God will work with us, and if we just a little bit would let him, will make us, our soil, fruitful.